guys, so now we're going to switch off to this first project. Just as a heads up, the first thing you're going to do is you're going to take this Design 1 cube, these Design 1 cube drawings, and you're going to transpose them onto your cube. Yes, I was a jerk, and I printed these things not to scale. So now you have to read the dimensions and transpose the dimensions onto the box. Okay?
Using what tool?
Using the magic scale. Woohoo! The magic scale. The scale that we will be using is 1/4 of an inch to a foot. And so I'm going to show you guys how to start to lay this thing out. Okay? So I'm going to, and I got to find a pencil. Let me borrow that pencil. I want to sharpen this thing too. I'll get it back to the start. Get it back to the sharper than you gave it to me. All right? Because I don't want to dig through the box right now. All right. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to start with the top. Right? Top. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this top and I'm going to transpose it onto my box. And I'm going to start with this really simple one right here. This big cutout. Okay? Because it's only one cutout on one edge. So I'm going to set this down. I'm going to read the dimensions. For starters, it says that the overall length of this side should be 24 feet. So let me see, 1/4 inch to a foot, right there. Adjust the glasses so I can see. And it looks to me like it's pretty close to 24. I think I'm like just a smidge over, okay? I bring that to your attention because if I measure 10 foot from one side, right, and then I measure 4 feet from that point, is the next one going to be 10 feet? No, it's going to be a smidge over, right? So that's just something that you guys got to think about because later that's going to go around an edge. So here goes. I'm going to take the box, take my scale, adjust the glasses once again. I'm going to set this up here, and I'm going to come over to 10. I'm going to put a little mark there. Now, what's 10 plus 4? 14. Do I need to move my scale over and like line up the 0 again and go to the 4? Or can I just simply mark the 14? If you do it in that fashion, you're less likely to have small additive incremental mistakes that can cause you a problem. All right? Okay, so there are my two little marks, right? No problem. And again, I told you guys we start out really slow and we just sort of pick up steam as we go along. All right, so I'm going to take this thing right here, and since I've got those two little marks, what I'm going to do is you could do this in a couple of different fashions. I'm going to push back here for a sec, guys. All right, can things still see me?
Yes.
They can. So one way that you can do this is you can set your box down on a surface, and same as we did the other day for cutting out, you can line that thing up and draw your lines. Okay. A different way would be to use a surface like this to sort of run your triangle to. And I can put my mark there. Do the same thing here.
It's really important to show what he's doing right here. He's using the part that's in the process of being finished as a tool to help finish making the part. So whenever you can do that, you know, as long as you've done the first steps carefully and precisely, it's really to your advantage to look for ways to do that.
All right, so I've got two lines drawn on there, right? And those lines are going to kind of line up with that edge and that edge right there. Yes? So now the only thing I got to do now is go measure this way, and that says 10 feet. While we're doing this, I'm going to give you guys a heads up. You're all in 121. In 121, you're going to use a slightly different cube than this. It's the one we should be using in here, but I can't find the dang file. It's disappeared. So, all right, so the distance right there says 10 feet. If I take my scale, I'll line up the 10 right there, adjust the glasses, put a mark. All right, and now I can push some more. Take this thing, on my line. And I now have the first of several of my cutouts laid out on this box. Okay? Now, here's something I want you guys to be aware of.
Just a second.
Let me get to this breaking point, and then we can. Because that thing doesn't let you pause. So one thing I want you guys to be aware of is this side right here matches up with this side over here, right? So if you guys read this dimension, it says 10 feet, right? And then it says 4 feet. Please, by all means, do not try to measure it again. Simply take these two lines and project them around the corner. You already did 10 plus 4 plus 10. Don't do it twice. So all you got to do is just mark them right there like that. Same thing, you're going to project them down. Or I think I'll use my scale. I'm almost done, Mitchell.
Well, I just wanted to add that when you shaded that in, that's actually an intuitive thing that's second nature to you, where he's showing you what he's going to discard. He's showing what he's going to cut away. So he's always keeping track of that while he's laying it out.
Okay, so there is 2 more lines, and what I did this time is I just brought it around the corner. And he's right. I shaded that both so that you guys can see it, but also it becomes a visual device for me to start to visualize the box before it's cut. Okay? The last thing I got to do with this one is measure down the known distance, and in this particular case it says 7 feet. Okay? So I'll do the same thing. I'll turn on its side, measure over 7 at 1/4 inch to a foot. And once again, do the same thing. I'll mark that cross line with this. I'll hatch that out also. And there is the first cutout. All right, that coincides with that edge right there. That cutout and that one. I'll hatch it for you so that it matches. See that? Yes? Okay. So that's what you guys are going to do now. Here's the directions. Here's how I want you to approach this. I want you to lay out the top first. Okay? So you guys are going to go back to your desk right now. You're going to take your first cube, and you're going to take this drawing right here, and as carefully as you possibly can, you're going to transpose all of these dimensions to this box. Okay? I'm going to give you a tip. At 1/4 of an inch to a foot, right, 6 inches is the small lines, right? It's 1/2 a foot. So a lot of times, like when you have a dimension that says 5'6", if you know you're going to go every 1 foot 6 inches for all these marks right here, it's basically 3 little lines. That's 1 foot 6. Okay, and it might make it a little bit easier for you, rather than try to go 1 foot plus 6 inches. It's every 3 little lines is 1 increment. So where are we at on time, Mitchell?
8 minutes 50 seconds.
All right, let's stop.